You've never seen a chainsaw before?
I've never seen one like that one.
What? It's a chainsaw.
That's a chainsaw.
This is early, right? 1800s.
Jeez.
Chainsaw. Whiskey Tango Charlie, welcome to another episode. We've got a lot of shenanigans, and I hope that you enjoy what we're getting ready to get into. So our friends at the North Carolina Bourbon Society have challenged us with a 14 bottle blind test.
Yeah.
Charles,
yeah. 14 samples here.
huh?
Yeah. Gonna do that?
No, we're not doing all 14 now,
Oh, okay. Got it.
right?
Got it.
So, as we get started up on a blind test, I'm going to move these out of the camera sight, right? And let's get our,
That's my
what is it?
Responsible pouring device.
Responsible pouring device, right?
No, it's making sure Troy don't get shorted device.
That is exactly, so I will do the honors this time,
All right, right.
right?
Well, that looks thick to me, syrupy almost. Yeah.
So here's the deal. We've got to have this done by the end of the month. And I've been looking.
14?
No, 2.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So, really excited. Some people have already done this tasting, right?
Yeah.
So, for those of you who have already done it, we're going to record ours on video. Charles, I'll let you...
Well,
Huh?
okay, let's go. Nice.
So they asked us to write this up.
So
So
what was the
nosing.
thing? It was supposed to be a nosing notes, all of the nosing notes, and you're wowing me.
Whoa, we have not properly started.
Well, I was gonna say.
All right, excuse me, I'm going to step off the set. And we need to do what to the palate?
Shock the palate, my friend.
Shock the palate. So we're going to do some Willet pot still, right? And the only reason that
Let the genie out of the bottle, dude.
the only reason I've chosen this is because I need to make this into a lamp,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Just got to get it empty.
we got to get it empty, right? Why do we shock the palate?
Well, you need to get you got to get your taste buds warmed up. So I don't care, you might be a seasoned drinker and everything else, but I like to get myself prepared. I want to get my palate prepared for what we're getting ready to do, and making sure that my first sip is not from the tasting. So I go to something I know, the Willet. We know what's in the glass.
Yeah,
We kind of know
Candy.
that what is candy, but we kind of know what's there. Get our palates and get our, I don't want to resync everything, right? Just get everything in sync, because you kind of know what you got. It's not unusual. It's something you're familiar with, right? So get started there, and that's just as sweet as can be.
so I'm going to set that aside, because we may want to go back to it, like we always do.
Is that? I can't remember the proof on that, but it's
Let
like
me look.
drinking. It's like 90 something.
Let's bring this back in here. What do we have here? We have a lot of fancy writing. They got to disclose. It's 1.7 liter. Cask, mature. Okay, here we are. 47 by volume, 94 proof.
94. I knew it was I thought it was the 90s, in the 90-ish.
Right. So shock the palate a little bit.
Wow.
Let's jump on this. So this is sample number 1
This is number 1 of 14.
of 14. So if we do 2 by the end of the month, we're going to roll into it. Let's get a little nose. So Jack and Jill.
Okay, that's pretty nice. I get a butterscotch. I get a
Well-
faint butterscotch there.
So my palate is not that. I'm getting some wheat, some grain, not corn. So my guess, boys and girls, my guess here is going to be this is a wheated,
That's pretty good.
but I don't know. Could be. There might be some rye to it. It's
That's a smooth. That's a very smooth.
So in all disclosure, they sent 2 ounces out to everyone to taste.
Right.
I am sharing. So this is a ½ ounce pour,
Yeah.
right? So we still have more we can go to if we need to.
Say, the Jill side there is getting up.
So this came right to the front of the tongue. But my second little sip, mid part of the tongue. What are you getting there?
Whoa.
So it's high proof.
All right, so I got a very unpleasantry there for a second.
Okay.
It was fingernail polish remover.
Fingernail polish remover.
I'm telling you, it was there for just a split second. In fairness, that was the first sip, but
So you got a hug, right?
no, it's not. It was when I just get a little puff out. That's what I got. I was like, man, that was not pleasant. So let me go back because I certainly get.
Some florals.
I get it. It's a nice on the nose, very light.
No, so my taste. I got some florals,
Mm.
right?
I'm getting a butyl. I'm sorry. It's really setting on my palate, like the acetone butyl almost.
So this is a great example of your palate is not my palate,
Different.
right?
Different.
So let me ask you this. I have a stinging, like almost a tingling, and it feels like there's a circle right in the middle of my tongue.
It sets sort of on top of the palate. I don't get anything back here, nothing in a huggish thing. It's sort of there for a little bit. And I mean, you take a breath or two, and it's just gone. There's no nice finish. There's no caramel. I'm not getting any.
No, but I'm getting some floral.
Are you?
Yes,
Wow.
right?
Wow.
So,
I'm really
but the
off.
finish, I have no finish because I have a tingling in the center of my tongue,
in the middle.
right?
Now that I've had a chance for it to set a moment, I'm just getting the very slightest burn, just a hug down. But
So 100 proof?
no, I would not put it up there. Yeah, probably not in that high, but you know, I think
Let's
it's
try our 94. We'll go back to back.
well. I mean, this just has
That's like candy.
that just has such a different. The nose on this is much sweeter, and this is just. Yeah, wow.
Earthy, grainy, weedy. This would not be one of my go-tos.
It really doesn't give me much of a flavor profile. I mean, it's faint. Now I just get the tingly on the palate. I'm getting a slight bit of oakiness there, but I'm working hard to pull something out of this.
So I'll be honest with you. I've never tasted this bourbon before.
I'm not sure if that would go there, but
No, I just, this
Yeah.
does not distinctly jump out at
No.
me as a bourbon that I've tasted, so
No.
trying to guess what this is, I would be amiss. So,
I mean, if I'm giving this some.
I'm gonna set it
If
aside.
I'm giving this a little bit, I'm almost saying this is leans sort of to the astringent side. A little bit to the spiciness because of what I'm getting on the palate after I've had now 3 little sips and just really just letting that juice set on the palate for a moment before I actually do the swallow. Really trying to draw something out of this, and then I think the last little bit there is slightly grassy.
So the earthy,
So-
right?
Yeah, yeah. But it's definitely not on my palate because I tend to go for I just enjoy the sweeter, the caramels and those. This one's a little bit to the drier side.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We'll do our responsible pour again. So half the neat. May I have your glass there, sir?
Huh?
Your glass? I'm gonna.
Oh, you gonna pour it in the same glass?
It's the same stuff. It's the same juice.
Oh.
Yeah. Why did you kill? Look, here we are. You doing shots.
Mm-mm.
You got shorted. Our responsible pouring device did not do its job. I'll share. Look.
No, it's fine.
No, look. No, look. Right? Because
I'm
I'm
just
not.
struggling with that. So now I'm at the 4th sip on that.
Now jump on that right there. Right.
I'm getting a.
So I got a lot of butyl, a lot of acetone. But you'll blow your nose out.
Yeah.
So why do we? So let's talk about that, Charles. Heads and tails, right?
Right.
Why do you get that taste?
Well, it could be where they made the cut, right? So they're having some of the on the front end. You've got the heads, you've got the butyl, the acetones and stuff, and then on the tails you get sort of that side of it as well. I'm not saying that's where this is at, but
I'm telling you, it is.
I mean, I'll just be honest. I've got a. I don't want to call out any names, but I've got a bottle that's.
Let's call it a name because they're looking for that, right? So they're asking.
No, I don't think it's this. I don't think it's this at all. I'm just saying I've got a bottle of $7.99 for a liter bottle
Mm-hmm.
that I had a pour of yesterday. That's better than this. So just ranking it
For your palate.
for my
So,
palate.
so just,
Let's qualify that for my palate. So,
all right, I'm setting this aside.
you're done with that.
I'm done with that one.
I think I am too. I'm not sure. I want another sip of this one.
So we've
That very first sip, and I mean, it wasn't like my palate was ready, and that very first sip turned me off because I had that acetone, that fingernail polish. You know what? And I don't think I've ever had that before on a bourbon. And these were bourbons they were sending us, right?
yes, this is
It's
bourbon.
all bourbons. So, I'm going to give you a fun little fact that I learned today. I was watching a show, a little history of bourbon. 1817. Think about this. 1817. Kentucky, in the state of Kentucky, produced 2 million barrels.
2 million.
2 million barrels of whiskey. 1817.
Where's that shit at now?
Huh?
We got some unicorns running around,
Yeah, where's that at, right?
right? Where are those unicorns?
And so here's the other crazy fact. So, at the time, the story was, as the whole thing was the stuff was being produced, it was putting on flatboats and it was going down the Mississippi. It was going to New Orleans, right?
Okay.
That was the big center. Everybody wanted that Kentucky brown juice. and it was coming out of Bourbon County, and they believe that's where the name bourbon really came from. But in 1819, this was the craziest thing. 1819, they were sending 200,000 gallons a month to New Orleans.
200,000.
200,000 gallons a month were going just down to New Orleans.
There was no responsible pouring back then.
No.
All right, so this is number 2. We've done our responsible pour.
Oh my goodness,
So-
that's nice.
I have balanced this as you have the full ounce, right? So 2 ounces in the bottle. You have a full ounce. I have a full ounce.
Okay, sweetness on this one is
Caramels.
beautiful. Beautiful.
I get no oak, but a sweetness.
I'm getting honey, I'm getting some honeysuckle there.
What? I got no honeysuckle. Where the hell you? We're gonna have to pull out our.
I can't believe I don't have my other cards. I gotta.
Where's a honeysuckle?
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
that is sweet. Very sweet. So nice color.
I
So
love the color. So compared to the first, in a color comparison,
and the legs.
really not a whole lot of difference in color.
So this is very sweet. So you can see the thickness of the legs there. Very sweet. What is that? Is that a licorice?
It came on just as at the end there, I think maybe. I'm almost getting, after it settles, I'm almost getting a little bit of banana on the tail end of that. You just let that settle in. Wow, I like it. This is in comparison to number 1. This would be my favorite already, from 1 to 2, but a little sweeter side.
So I think what they're looking for here, Charles, is they're looking for us to tell them what it is, right?
I couldn't do it. I wouldn't even venture a guess.
I like this one much better than number 1.
I like the way this one's really finishing up. It really setting up on the front edges. So that would say the sweeterness of this one.
This is more to my palate.
It has just enough spice in it.
To be a rye. You feel that here?
No, it's so you talk and and the breath comes out. That little spice just keeps it just nudges you.
Yeah.
You know, it's not harsh, not harsh at all, but it just gives you that little nudge, like, hey, I'm here.
So very sweet, very not corny.
No, not at all. Mm.
It's almost like a toasted barley.
I really like the thing. It's really it gives a little tingling on the inside of the mouth. Even it moves from the palate and gets to the inside of the mouth and all that. So.
So this one, I'm going to say this is higher proof. Because I got the hug,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So 100-ish. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I would say.
Not smoky, not oaky.
Oh, I'm just looking at my list here. I'm not getting leather. It's got it. And I'm looking at my thing. So citrus. It could have just very slight. And spicy. I'm just getting spicy. I'm looking at my different chart, a different profile.
Finish is mid-tongue
Yeah.
spice. You know, this is a lot of fun. We've been reading
That's
some
fun.
of those I went ahead and added Charles to the messenger on Facebook so that he can read some of this stuff. You guys are funny. This is funny, right? And if nothing else, let's have some fun with this one, right? One of the comments that I read was, if you're going to say leather, you got to tell the difference between American leather and European leather. So, right? So, as we go through these 14 bottles, right, we have to be very distinct, right? So I didn't get any leathers on these.
I don't get any
Either one.
leathers, but I'm telling you, so my palate is fairly decent, but I'm telling you, some of you guys, you're out there, man. I mean, I saw that. What was that? The description: rich Corinthian leather or something. I was like,
I love it.
what the hell is that?
I love it.
I like this one. I'm not sure what this one will turn out to be. I'll be interested when this thing all shakes out.
So everyday sipper,
This would be great. This
fruity, no citrus, no earth, no smoke, no oak.
I'm not getting no. I'm
So-
not getting the woody oakiness of that,
100
which is
proof.
really strange. Let me start from fresh here.
Oh, what?
Let me break out my
I'm gonna get crazy here, right?
get my coffee beans. Let me cleanse my.
So I'm gonna go ahead and see if this thing will give us something else, right? So one drop
One drop of water.
of water.
Let's just see what happens.
Right, so one drop of water in that. Let's see what happens. Let's see if it wakes it up. It killed the nose.
So I tell you what, using the coffee beans just to cleanse out the sinuses and all, it got it sweeter. It got a sweeter nose.
Do not put water in it.
Do not put water in it. Thank you. No,
Are you sure?
I'll trust you on that one.
Nope. Ruined it.
Flatten it out?
Flatten.
Wow.
No. So if you were to use this with a Cuba ice, I suggest drinking this neat. This is not a mixer. I lost all the fruit, all the sweetness. Tell me if I'm wrong there, dude. Please.
All right,
I'm gonna
let's
hit
go
these
there.
coffee beans.
I want to say, it's kind of interesting. I got, this almost turned sour. With that drop
One
of
drop
water.
of water.
No, with the water, the nose almost goes sour. Yeah, it's got a tinge of a sourness to it. Whereas, wow, okay.
Killed it.
No,
Killed it.
no, I wouldn't do that at all. Yeah. Well,
It's craziness. So for Troy,
and Charles,
we've done our first two tastings. Maybe not giving you what you're looking for, but truth be known, our pick from 1 and 2, mine would be number 2,
mine's 2 as well.
right?
And
For my
listen,
palate. Let me define that. Everyone's palate's different. My palate, I would go to number 2. I would like to tell you what it is.
yeah, no,
I wouldn't even want to guess.
I'm gonna say we will submit our written nose and tasting notes, and so I think we're supposed to do that, right?
We will do
So-
written.
But we'll submit that. But suffice to say, the number 2 had the better palate, the better the nose. I think from both of us. First one had more. I'm telling you, it was more acetone than anything, but not very pleasant. More on the spicy side, and we can sit down and think about this a little bit more and dive into it and write down some descriptors. But and let's describe the what type of spice.
So we have our tasting card.
Yeah,
Where do I?
yeah,
No, we don't have that.
yeah.
No,
right.
but let's have some fun with it. Thank you all. We look forward to number 3. and we'll catch you then. Thank you.
Whiskey Tango Charlie, we're out. Cheers.